Hello my dear students, myself Professor Ankita Naik and our today's topic is job design. So here we are going to understand how we will be designing the particular kind of job to be analyzed or job to be done by a particular kind of employee. Okay. So job design is a process of deciding the content of the job in terms of the duties and responsibilities to be performed by an employee and the other methods to be used by carrying out the particular kind of job in terms of the techniques, system, the various approaches, duties and responsibilities in relationship to this relationship will be exist between the employer and the employee or his supervisor, subordinates and the colleague who will be into that particular kind of job profile. Okay, so this is what about your job design. There are the two important goals for a job design. Why we should do the job design? To meet the organizational requirement, that is the first and utmost to meet the organizational requirement such as a higher productivity, operational efficiency, quality of the product and services, etc. This is the most important and integral part of your job designing. And another important factor is to satisfy the need of the individual employee, like interests, challenges, achievements and accomplishments. Here we can take one example. Whenever I am doing any kind of job, one most important thing I need to do while performing this particular kind of job is more about your satisfaction. Like my work should be challenging, my work should be something new every day to my work. It shouldn't be monotonous every time. There should be some kind of incentives, I can say, or some kind of motivation to perform the particular kind of job. Like every time you have the performance appraisal system, there is an incentive system which is given, there is an appreciation system like an employee of the month, employee of the year, employee of the particular kind of department. So this is certain kind of motivations you get while performing particular kind of job. So all these things needs to be satisfy the individual needs of the employees. So that is the first priority. And the second one is your organizational objective, that requirements and another procedures of the organizational to give the productivity, operational efficiency and quality service, etc. So these are the organizational goals and as well as the personal goals which needs to be satisfied. So these are the two important goals of the job design. Okay, so now we will understand what will happen if the poor job design often results in, like if the job design is not proper, what will be happen at that particular kind of time. First of all, it is a boredom. Like as I said, whenever the job is monotonous, you will get bored of doing that job and ultimately you will be finding out some another options for that. Then it comes to about the increased turnover, like labor turnover increase. Next it comes to your reduced motivation, like whenever I get the same kind of job and I know that my increment is not going to be happen, there is no hike in the salary or there is no appreciation for the work, then you will definitely not get motivated with the same. Low level of job satisfaction, as I said on the very first, that whenever any person or any employees are doing the job, it is only for one reason, that you need to get the satisfaction. It is a monetary satisfaction and non-monetary satisfaction, both of them. Less optimal productivity, that productivity also decrease when it comes that there is no appreciation, there is no recognition, your productivity will also comes into the one step down. That increase the organizational cost, that one person is not doing something, then you have to hire some another person to perform the same task, then it is also increase the organizational cost of managing the manpower. So these are certain things which are there when you poorly design your job. Okay, so now we have understood what is a job design. Okay, then it is about two most important goals of job design. First and utmost goal is your organizational requirements and the personal requirements, and then we understood like what if it is poorly designed. Okay, so now we will understand what are the techniques of your job design. So there are 4 techniques of your job design. First of all, it is a job rotation, then job enlargement, job enrichment and job simplification. There are the 4 most important techniques for designing the particular kind of job. Okay, so here we are going to understand the first technique, which is a job rotation. Job rotation refers to the systematic movement of the employee from one job to another job. This is called as a job rotation. at the same level, or it could be at the another level. Job that are very similar to another job. Example, the marketing people will be work into the sales department. This is called as your job rotation. A person charge who is a here we can take the another example. The person in charge of the account receivable can be given the in charge of the account payable. This is the example of your job rotation. In the same level of your department, you will be rotating into the different job. Major objective of this particular kind of job rotation is nothing but giving the challenging situation or giving every new opportunities to test an individual for the particular kind of job. Now we will understand what are the advantages of this job rotation. Job rotation helps to avoid the monopoly of the job or employee to learn the new skill. It helps the employees to learn the new skill. Whenever you are into the same kind of job, you will be always having the monopoly into your own power and the skills. So here this helps to break your monopoly and you will be exceeding into your career, and it is helpful for your personal development as well. It provides an opportunity to avoid the boredom. Once knowledge, it is like whenever you are bored doing monotonous job, particular kind of thing, then you will be able to explore the new opportunities, and it is also increase the your knowledge about the particular kind of job, like by doing the variety of the work experience, thereby reducing the lack of knowledge of the particular kind of person. Okay, then it prevents one from understanding the loopholes of the present systems. Whenever you are working into the same department, you have to understand the all aspects of your particular kind of product or services. So if I am working in a finance department, I should understand loopholes in everything, like into the accounting, it into the payable, it is into the all kinds of accounting factor. If it is a marketing department, they have the various sub departments into that. One is your advertising department, it comes to your content writing department, sales department, branding departments. So if you work into all of them for some time, then you are able to understand the loopholes in everything, so it avoids the work complications. It prevents one from understanding the loopholes of a particular system, thereby keeping the check of the fundamental practices. Then it also trains the employees for different kind of tasks that needs to be performed, and it also helps them to adopt the acceptability and flexibility in the organizations. Like every time whenever working in the organization, it is always like it is led from this department, or it is this task has been delayed by this department, but every department has their own rules and regulations. So it helps them to understand that the entire process, and it also helps them to accept the particular kind of thing and being flexible into that particular kind of zone. It prepares the employees for the future leadership positions. Leadership positions are also prepared by handling the different tasks. So these are certain advantages of your job rotations. So like advantages, there are always disadvantages. So we will have a look on the disadvantages as well. The shift from one job to another job may lead the interruption, thereby accepting the smooth flow of the work. Like some people started interrupting into their work, so it will also leads to the interruption, thereby affecting the smooth flow of the work. It should be for the specific time, then you should back to your work. So this is one disadvantages. Then when new job holders are rotated from the one department to another department, it required to perform they require the specific task to be performed or specific skills to be performed to that particular kind of job. So it may affect the quality of that particular job. That is another thing, and probably mistakes also can be happen during that particular kind of process. So next, it may lead to the feeling of misunderstanding of the particular kind of any kind of job, or it could be any kind of positions. That misunderstanding can also be happen during this. Employee may feel that they are purposely given the extra work, which leads to the feeling of dissatisfaction also. So it also depending on the person to person. So this is about your job rotation. So we have learned what is job rotation. So I'll quickly recap the particular kind of job rotation. Job rotation refers to the shifting the person from one job to another job for the specific period of time to understand the each kind of job into that particular kind of department. So it has advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so our next topic is job enrichment. Job enrichment is a term given to enrich the particular kind of employee to perform the particular kind of job. According to the human resource management or according to the job designing techniques, this is a few motivators are added to the job to make more rewarding or challenging or interesting. Like it is only few people who will be adding to this particular kind of job. The motivating factors can be giving more freedom. Like if I am into the marketing department, I give the more freedom for the creativity, that it is not a hostile atmosphere where they have to perform the same task or they have to manage my orders as a manager. No, it is they have the freedom of their for their creativity. Encouraging the participations, encourage more and more participation from different departments, giving the employees the freedom to select the method of working, like how they should work, the method should be designed by them. So this is some extra benefit which is giving to them on this note. Then allowing the employees to select the place which they would like to work, like they would like to work online, offline, where they wanted to sit. So this is one of the thing where they get the more and more facilities. Here we can take the example of all new startups. If you can see, they have a cool working environment. They can sit into the bin bags and work. Then they have the creative zone. Like when it comes to your HR, it is related to your formal attires. But now if you see the many of the startups, they have come up with a concept like work with your choice, where they have to they don't have the dress codes or they don't have the specific timings. They are working for 24/7. They work according deadlines plays a very important role over there. So this is one kind of your job enrichment. Allowing workers to select the tools that they require to do the job. Allowing workers to decide the layout or plan of the office, like as we have taken up the example of the recent startups, or you can say about the new concept which has come into the scenario, which is your shared office space. So this is regarding your shared office space, like you can work anywhere or any place or anywhere where you feel comfortable. The output plays a very important role rather than an individual. Other than that, offices prefer the major thing for HR is your dress code is important, your timings are important. Then it is about your adaptability is very important. So all this plays very important role when it comes to your job enrichment. So you give something extra to motivate them to work for a specific kind of job. So now we will understand what are the advantages of your job enrichment. When certain amount of power is given to the employee, it makes the job more challenging and interesting. As now many of the youngsters are working into the startups, like 17 and 18 years of guys who is working in a startup as a designer. So as a designer or as a copywriter or any kind of job as a receptionist. So initially it used to if you take the scenario of the other offices where they need a proper education, so here education, proper kind of knowledge, here knowledge and education plays a very important role. At such situations, people look for their what kind of work they are doing, what is the quality of their work. Age doesn't matter as that particular kind of time. Then it comes to your job enrichment is method of employee empowerment, empowering them to perform the particular kind of job. Job enrichment improves the decision making ability of the employees. They can take their own decisions. They can take their something as a challenge to perform the particular kind of job, asking them to decide the factory layout, method, style of working. Like involvement of the employees plays a very important role over here. On the basis of the decision making ability, employee can be marked as a future promotions, like whatever they are doing, what kind of decisions they are taking, this is a method which can be taken up as their performance appraisal. Enrichment makes the job holder more responsible. Like if I'm working from home, I have all the amenities at home, then I'll be more responsible to perform that particular kind of job and accountable for the job they are praised for good work and blamed for the poor work they have done. So it is here you are very responsible. Anytime you have to be accessible. Like if I have a 9 to 5 time, I will be responsible for the 9 to 5 time. But if I have everything at home and if I have a flexibility in working, I should be flexible when the company needs. So these are the advantages which they gets or benefits of your job enrichment. So like advantages, we have the disadvantages also. Enriched jobs are if other factors operating in the environments are not adequate, will proceed to the desired results. As I said, it is depending on employee to employee. If anybody is taking a wrong advantage of this, then it will lead to your particular kind of disaster results. It is one of the result of that. Job enrichment is normally done for job bringing less responsibilities. However, such jobs may be actually challenging not to be performed. Actually, whatever needs to be performed will not be performed at that particular kind of time. So this is your particular kind of disadvantages of your job enrichment. Okay. So now we have learned the two topics, which is job rotation and job enrichment. Now we are going to learn what is job enlargement. Job enlargement is a process of adding new challenging job and activities for existing job in order to extract the maximum skills of the employees. Like adding more and more challenges to your job to make the optimum utilization of your available resources. It makes the job more interesting. Like if you get more challenges, you get more exciting, you get more motivated to perform that particular kind of job. It is a horizontal expansion. Here the tasks are added at the same level of your job, but the process is like more and more challenges are given at that particular kind of position. It also known as a horizontal loading. As the responsibilities increase at the same level, not vertically. Same position, same level, your responsibilities will be increased. Okay, so this is regarding your job enlargement. Okay, what are the advantages of your job enlargement? With the help of job enlargement, employee is learning the new skills and qualities during their job, bringing out the different qualities during their job. By learning the new skills and tasks, they can perform the duties with a more efficiency and earn more money. Job may be appear interesting for a beginning. However, people complain of a boredom and monopoly at the same time, so they get more and more job satisfaction after this. It is the addition to the number of tasks, not to the number of work. This not be help to increase the problems over there. So these are certain advantages of this, that you get a work satisfaction after this. This is okay. So job enlargement is a horizontal loading of a particular, like task will be increased, but there is no amount of work will be increased for the same. Okay. So disadvantage here, people can get frustrated for getting more and more tasks at this particular kind of stage. Consider job enlargement as their increase into their burden. This can be also the problem with this particular kind of job. Okay, so this is about your job enlargement. So our next and last point is job simplification. Simplification means simplifying the particular kind of task. Under this method, job simplifies by breaking down into the small units or subparts. Each part of the job is assigned to the worker who does the same task over and over again. Okay, so big job into the small parts of the job, that is called as a job simplification. Advantages of this method is it helps the worker to gain a proficiency and fitness as it is involved doing the repetitive tasks. Like if you are teaching one subject over many years, then you will be the proficient or expert into that particular kind of thing. Simplification not only enhances the worker's productivity, it increases the profitability of the business. Like one get a fine into that particular kind of job, or I can say the fitness of that particular job will be more suitable for that person. Okay, as a job are simplified, the training cost is also reduced into this. You don't need to give a training for this particular kind of job. So over here, the disadvantages is repetition of job often leads to the boredom and monopoly. This is the disadvantages of the many of the things. Workers may feel disinterested, thereby by landing and increase the absenteeism. Like if I'm teaching same subject, same thing every time, then it will be create a monopoly or boredom into that, or dissatisfaction. Every time you need to do something new, so it keeps you updating your knowledge and skills as well. So these are your types of your or techniques of your job design. So quickly we will have the recap of the job design. First of all, it is your job rotation, where in a same department you will be doing the different jobs. Okay, then it is your job enrichment, where you get more and more challenges into your job. Into this you will get a more freedom into your job. This is into your enrichment. Job enlargement, which will be include a same task but the more challenging job. And job specification or simplification will be more included into your dividing the big job into the small parts. So these are the 4 types: job rotation, job enrichment, job enlargement, and your job simplification. So these are the 4 types. Thank you so much for